Walt Disney said it best. Sometimes fantasy and reality overlap. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities who inspired Disney characters.
Can you imagine? He asked me to marry him. Me!
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at famous faces who served as the basis or model for an animated Disney character, in terms of looks, mannerisms, or both. We'll be considering both confirmed sources of inspiration and rumored ones.
Yes, there he is. My diamond in the rough.
Number 10. Edith Head for Edna Mode, The Incredibles. Brad Bird, the writer and director of 2004's The Incredibles, denies that this beloved designer character was influenced by fashion icon Edith Head. Yet the character of Edna shares a clear likeness with the famous costume designer in profession, wit, and appearance, especially the blunt bangs and oversized frames.
This is a hobo suit, darling. You can't be seen in this. I won't allow it.
One dressed superheroes, the other superstars, so it's not exactly a stretch. Head's famous works include Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's, Grace Kelly in Rear Window, and Elizabeth Taylor in Elephant Walk. Whether one served as inspiration for the other or not, we're sure they'd both agree on one thing: no white supersuits after Labor Day. Number 9. Divine for Ursula, The Little Mermaid. This drag queen's colorful resume, filled with cult films by John Waters, might not lend itself to a children's cartoon. Yet Divine's outrageous appearance and stage presence served as the model for the villain in 1989's The Little Mermaid nonetheless.
Poor unfortunate souls.
With the two placed side by side, the resemblance is undeniable. Her eye makeup, taste in jewelry, hairstyle, even her body type. Ursula shares a lot in common with her larger-than-life real-world inspiration. Sadly, us poor unfortunate souls never got to see Divine bring the character to life, as Divine died of heart failure in 1988. Thankfully, Divine will always live on in film, and to a certain extent through Ursula. Number 8. Katharine Hepburn and Company for Belle, Beauty and the Beast. It's a tale as old as time. Long before Disney's bookworm was played by Harry Potter's headstrong intellectual in the live-action remake, writers were drawing inspiration from one of literature's most famous book lovers, Jo March in Little Women.
Well, what would you do if you were shut up all day with a fussy old crosspatch who flies off the handle every move you make?
The heroine of 1991's animated film is strong-willed and spirited, which isn't a far cry from Katharine Hepburn's 1933 portrayal of Jo. Beauty might be found within, but animators still use some famous faces to create the animated stunner. Vivian Leigh, Julie Andrews, Natalie Wood, Elizabeth Taylor, and Grace Kelly all served as models for the character's appearance. Number 7. Ed Asner for Carl Fredricksen, Up. It was a surprise to Asner that he was cast in an animated movie for children, but the veteran actor, often described as a curmudgeon, was exactly what the creators were looking for. The Disney and Pixar film tells the story of Carl, a grumpy old man with a large nose and glasses, which is also an accurate description of the actor that voices him.
So long, boys! I'll send you a postcard from Paradise Falls!
Of course, Asner denies any resemblance to the character. And to be fair, Carl was more closely modeled after Spencer Tracy in terms of looks.
Oh, well, that sounds interesting.
Asner's influence further helped to shape Carl's dialogue.
And if we're not at the falls when that happens, we're not getting to the falls.
I found sand!
Number 6. Eleanor Audley for Lady Tremaine and Maleficent, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. Ever notice that these two Disney villains share a jawline? Well, that's because this radio actress was the inspiration for both the evil stepmother Lady Tremaine and the wicked Maleficent.
What does she want here? Well, quite a glittering assemblage, King Stephen.
She served as their voices, the model for their appearances, and the inspiration for their mannerisms. For the filming of Sleeping Beauty, however, Audley actually dressed the part and acted out scenes for animation reference. The late actress was also known for her roles in Green Acres, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and I Love Lucy. Eleanor's famous voice is also used as the ghoulish Madame Leota in the Disney park attraction The Haunted Mansion.
Let us leave our noble prince with these happy thoughts.
Number 5. The Beatles for the Vultures, The Jungle Book.
Hey, Flaps. What we gonna do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
The Committee of Vultures in the Jungle Book looks more like a band for a good reason. They're modeled after the Beatles.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something. I think you'll understand.
The famous foursome was originally supposed to voice the Mop Top Vultures and sing the song That's What Friends Are For in the 1967 Disney animation.
In fact, we've never met an animal we didn't like.
Unfortunately, because of scheduling conflicts and Lennon's dislike of the idea, the band ended up pulling out. The Vultures had already been created in their likeness, but the producers decided to, well, let it be. In the end, Ziggy, Dizzy, Buzzy, and Flaps had the band members' haircuts, Liverpool accents, and musicality, just not their voices. Number 4. Danny DeVito for Phil, Hercules. Ever wanted to see the star of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with goat legs? It already happened. This half-man, half-goat with a short temper is not only voiced by Danny DeVito, his appearance is partly modeled after the actor as well. The character of Phil in the 1997 Hercules is very different from the description of Philoctetes in Greek mythology, which painted him as a hero famed for archery.
Can you help us? We're looking for someone called Philoctetes?
Call me Phil.
Animators were allegedly enamored with DeVito's facial expressions, in particular the movements he could make with his mouth, so they decided to recreate them on screen. Also, just look at that short stature and rotund body shape.
Keep your toga on, pal.
Number 3. Alyssa Milano for Ariel, The Little Mermaid. During an appearance on The Wendy Williams Show in 2013, the Who's the Boss actress admitted she was the inspiration for Ariel in 1989's The Little Mermaid.
The drawing and likeness of The Little Mermaid was based on pictures of me from when I was younger.
Unbeknownst to her at the time, the animators at Disney were using old photographs of the child star to form the facial features of the mermaid. The Charmed actress discovered this when she hosted the Making of the Little Mermaid special just after the film's premiere. With her own Disney princess, Alyssa really is the girl who has everything.
Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything?
Number 2. Jeremy Irons for Scar, The Lion King.
Simba, it's to die for.
Scar, arguably one of Disney's most iconic villains, is actually based on the actor who voices him. The Lion King is influenced by Shakespeare's Hamlet, and by extension, Scar is based on the conniving and jealous Claudius. The makers of the film used the Oscar winner as inspiration for the lion because of his extensive Shakespearean training.
And remember, it's our little secret.
The character's mouth shape, baggy eyes, and facial expressions were directly modeled from those of Jeremy Irons. In following Scar's directions to be prepared, the animator studied Irons' films to copy his mannerisms and appearance. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Just around the river bend, just around the river bend, once more, just around the river bend, beyond the shore.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
For 1,000 years trying to get the heart as a gift for you mortals, so you can have the power to create life itself. Yeah, so what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Number 1. Robin Williams for The Genie, Aladdin. As the story goes, the directors thought creating the character in his likeness would convince the comedian to voice the hero's magical wingman, a plan that clearly panned out. Williams wasn't the only celebrity inspiration for the film. Tom Cruise was a model for Aladdin, and Jennifer Connelly for Jasmine.
I had an audition. It was important to me.
But it's hard to imagine anyone else but Williams filling out Genie's phenomenal cosmic powers and itty-bitty living space.
Itty-bitty living space.
Aw, Genie, that's terrible. But oh, to be free.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.